Hey everyone. You know, as probably some of you know following my channel, following my videos, you probably know that for the past few years, not the past year or so, at least few years, I've been trying to locate and find a music video or video very similar, if not identical, from a female perspective of Peter Gabriel's Sledgehammer. Now, the closest I found at first was the music video In Your Arms, which was a stop-motion video which set the record for most jelly beans used in a scenario. So that was good. That was okay. Then you had other stop-motion stuff like Painted, which was basically pretty good. It was nice. Similar in vein. But then, recently, one of my videos where I talked about this back in December got favored by a Ted Sim. I think his name is Ted Sim or Ted Sim. Let me check. But basically, it was favored by a director over at DTLA. And one of his primary areas that he's good at is stop-motion animation. So I was surprised that when I looked at my emails, I'm looking at it right now, yeah, Ted Sim. I was surprised that this Ted Sim guy favored my tweet of my video, "Does anyone know of any stop-motion or claymation where a woman's face changes into anything?" And he favored this. And this is a guy that, like I said, is known as a DTLA director. So again, it kind of surprised me. And this is months. It's like 5 months. You know. And he's the only one that favored it so far. Now, some might say, well, why is that so important to you? Well, this guy is a director for DTLA, Los Angeles. And if one of his specialities is stop motion, it encourages me to know that my search is not in vain. Because either I've inspired him to do something within that category, or there's something out there that's very similar. Because one of the groups he's a part of is at Vimeo. Now Vimeo, of course, is basically an alternative to YouTube. And basically is now the home of a lot of the Hasbro shows like Transformers, G.I. Joe, and probably Gem. But with that said, when he favored this, like I said, it kind of let me know that my search was not in vain. Second of all, when I went to Vimeo, because that's where his main page is, and I couldn't find anything on YouTube, on Vimeo you're able to favor not just videos like you do on YouTube, but you're also able to join up with groups. And one of the groups he was part of was Stop Motion and Animation. And this has so many videos. I mean, currently, day after day, I've been going through backwards every page from when it began to most recently. And I have found several things that kind of piqued my interest. One was a young international artist, young musician, international artist. She was born, from what I found out on Wikipedia, she was born around the mid-'80s. And she has done several videos. Some of them do have stop motion in them, but nothing like what she did, let's see, I think in 2011 or so, or maybe after that, or whatever. Her name is Brodka, Brodk, and her music video is Kurizaki Dra, Dre, or Dine, Kurizarka Dine, whatever it is. I'll try to provide a link down below, but it's obviously she's from Poland, according to this. And this was done, looks like, according to this, in 2011. This music video. So the music video was done. Get back in April 15th, basically about just barely now 4 years ago. And like I said, it's a very, probably the closest I've found so far, but not on that level yet, but very similar vein and style of Peter Gabriel. The only difference is she's behind this, the video basically opens up with her kind of poking her head, ripping like a little hole in a big paper wall opening up just for her head to pop through. And she uses this now as a metaphor for everything that goes around her. And just like in Sledgehammer, you have a lot of things happening. You have her changing her face, changing the colors. You have her, because this paper wall allows her to act out, you have a drawing of her falling down down an endless thing until she hits nothing but black. And then when it's all completely black, all you see is her eyes, and then her eyes just move from where they are, because I guess accurately where her head would be. The eyes just move right to the bottom corner, and then you have all these red eyes that surround her. It's like she's like, I'm just right here, whatever. And then it's just weird, and like I said, it's got that vibe to it. It really does, but it's not there just yet. It's close. It's probably the closest I've seen, along with In Your Arms. And then another one. I'll try to find it here on my Kindle history. Hold on for a sec. Well, I know it's in here somewhere. But like I said, this is basically it was a drawing. It was hand drawn and everything. And the video was by somebody by Art Aitin or something like that, Aitin. And it was basically a drawing, and and you could tell very inspired maybe by Sledgehammer, just by the way things change shape and stuff. And like I said, very similar, but not close yet. Not up there. So this is the way I would look at it. As I would see Brodka's video, In Your Arms. Well, Brodka's video, this one video I just talked about, and In Your Arms as the closest we've got. But still, there's about 600 something more pages to go through just to see if there is one very closer and similar, almost identical to what Peter Gabriel did with Sledgehammer. But like I said, when I see someone like this Ted Sim come out and do what he's done, it it basically encourages me that, you know, all my effort is for naught, and that there's got to be some reasoning for this, and there's got to be a reason. There has to be something out there, or maybe I've inspired the guy to come up with it. I don't know. But from what I've seen, just like on the Vimeo group for stop motion animation, it shows that you don't have to be the greatest stop motion artist. Well, you have to be, well, I'll put it this way, you have to be semi-decent. Either in stop motion animation, claymation, or even 2D animation, to really be able to just take a song and say, I can do anything with this song in a video. So, to me, it really, like I said, it inspires me to know that this is not in vain, and that there is something out there. I just don't know what yet, and I don't know if maybe I've encouraged it, but all I know is it's worth checking out. It's worth looking into and seeing and hoping what happens in the future. So that's all I'm going to say, folks. You let me know what you think down below. Comment if you like. Let me know if you guys have heard of Ted Sim, if you know of him, and if he's got anything else besides, you know, if he has anything really related to stop motion and maybe what I'm looking for. Let me know down below. Talk to you later.